found someone. It's Cher. And this is Radio 2.
BBC News at 11 o'clock. This is Catherine Cracknell. People hoping to travel to London to file past Queen Elizabeth's coffin have been advised not to set off to avoid disappointment, as the queue is likely to be closed in the next few hours. Anyone joining the line now can still expect a long wait to get into Westminster Hall. Our correspondent Lauren Moss is at Southwark Park, where the queue begins.
The Department for Digital Culture and Sport has actually said a decision will be taken shortly when entry to this queue will close. As estimated now, around 13 and a half hours queuing time, and they're asking people to avoid disappointment. Please do not set off now. So if you're heading into London, that queue is probably likely to close in the next few hours, because really it's going to be sort of a balancing act really to make sure that anyone who enters the queue is able to see the Queen lying in state before that cut-off point at 6:30 tomorrow morning.
World leaders have been arriving in London ahead of the funeral. The King will host a reception for dignitaries at Buckingham Palace later today. The US climate envoy John Kerry met Queen Elizabeth when he was President Obama's Secretary of State.
She was straightforward, and I think people appreciated her honesty. But she also had a profound impact on major issues and touched people's lives all around the world. And that is the mark of an extraordinary statesperson.
There'll be a minute's silence at 8 o'clock tonight. Downing Street says Liz Truss will stand on the doorstep of number 10 to mourn and reflect on the life and legacy of Queen Elizabeth. And it's encouraged community groups across the country to share in the opportunity. A man's been charged with a public order offence for allegedly leaving the queue of mourners to approach the late Queen's coffin on Friday evening. Mohammed Khan, who's 28 and from Tower Hamlets in East London, will appear at Westminster Magistrates Court tomorrow. Scotland Yard has charged a man with attempted murder after 2 police officers were stabbed in the Leicester Square area of central London on Friday. 24-year-old Mohammed Rahman is also accused of several other offences, including grievous bodily harm and robbery. Police have called for calm after violent clashes in parts of Leicester last night. Officers had to separate hundreds of people in 2 groups from Hindu and Muslim communities. The independent MP for Leicester East, Claudia Webb, said she was deeply concerned and shocked to see hate-filled violence on the streets of her constituency.
We are a community that has worked well together, and we continue to share, of course, the message of tolerance. But I'm also concerned by those who have been intent on provoking violence. Right. And the police lacked the knowledge that this incident was likely to take place.
A climber known as the French Spider-Man's marked his 60th birthday by scaling a 48-storey skyscraper in Paris without any safety gear. Alain Robert said he wanted to show people that at his age you could still do fabulous things. And that's the BBC News at 3 minutes past 11.